episode of Those Smack Talking Guys. Full of opinions on games, music, culture, and current events. These guys cover it all while humiliating each other. This is Generation Flip. Don't forget, make sure to drop a like and subscribe. And now, crapping it up, here's your hosts.
What's going on, guys? Thanks for stopping by our channel. You ever thought about traveling to Hawaii? Well, my co-host Brown's got a great story to share that might save you some time and some agony. And if you haven't already subscribed, please do so. And for those who have, much appreciated. Drop a comment, hit that like button, hit that notification, share it. I'm Flip, and you're tuned into Generation Flip. Let's get into it.
So we get off the plane, people, and we're walking in, and we're filling out the proper paperwork, and we're getting the cue cards, and we get all that stuff. We walk up to the line. The line was pretty long, and we get up to the front, and I present all my information. Great, documentation is great. You got the COVID test, you're good, no problem, everything's good, fine and dandy. And then it comes to my daughter, and they said, okay, do you have her documentation? I sure do. Scanned it on my phone, I presented it to her, and she says, And I'm sitting there going, okay, no big deal, let's just get this thing rolling. And then she says, well, this is invalid.
Say what?
And I said, excuse me? She says, this COVID negative test is invalid.
Oh, hell no.
And I looked at her and I said, so what are you saying? Well, she's going to have to quarantine for 10 days. I said, so what you're telling me is that we have to quarantine in a house for 10 days. Now, keep in mind, my vacation time is 10 days.
Right.
Right? And I'm like, no. I said, so I don't quite understand. And she said the airlines are just trying to take advantage. They don't tell people what the protocol here is in Hawaii, the state of Hawaii. I said, so you mean to tell me that the airlines they don't care about the people, they want to just take our money? She says, yeah, they don't care about what we do here in the state of Hawaii. The state of Hawaii is totally different than the airlines. I says, well, why don't you guys do a public service announcement? Why doesn't somebody say something like this? Why does the airline say anything about this? Right. And she says, well, that's not their responsibility. They just want your money. And I said, so how can it be an invalid test? I went down to the local hospital in California, Valley Medical Center, to get this COVID test done so we can come to Hawaii. And now you're telling me she cannot, she has to quarantine, stay in a house for 10 days in Hawaii, right? And she's all, yeah, that's it. I said, so let me tell you, if my daughter's out in the street, will you arrest her because she's not quarantined? She says, no, you'll get arrested, but she won't. Can you believe that?
Wait. Rewind there. So those that are at home, this guy here, my boy, flies out to Hawaii, and the state of Hawaii is asking for COVID tests. I mean, I did mention that to you before, too, and you probably knew that. But the problem is she won't get arrested because she's a minor.
Right.
You're responsible for her, so then you're going to be arrested if she doesn't quarantine.
Correct.
So do they hold her at a special facility, or they watch her?
No. The nice thing about it is that we're at my sister's house in Hawaii. So what makes that very simple is I put in her address, and they call my sister. They literally called my sister, and they asked her, hey, what's your address and what's your name?
Oh, they're watching you guys.
Oh yeah. And my sister, said all that, and I talked to the lady. I said, let me talk to a manager. I need to talk to a manager. And she came over, and I said, hey, listen, check this out. I flew all the way across the ocean to Hawaii for a 10-day vacation. And it specified on the airlines that we needed to have a negative COVID test. I went down to my local hospital. It says it right on there. Santa Clara County Valley Medical Center. It's a local, well-known hospital, and got a negative COVID test. We paid and got all that done. We get all the way to Hawaii, and you say that it's invalid. And she says, well, you should have looked on our state website first. I said, who looks at somebody's state website?
Right.
And goes through that. And I said, well, who? I said, well, so let's do this then. Do you have a facility here at the airport where we can do a negative COVID test? She says, it'll be invalid. You can do it after 10 days. I said, wait a minute. So what you're saying is we have to stay in-house for 10 days. My daughter cannot leave the house for 10 days. She has to be quarantined for 10 days. She can't make it to a funeral. And she said, nope.
Oh my God!
So what do you do? I mean, you got to travel back or what?
No. She said, well, I could pack up and leave. Right? So my daughter has to be COVID. She has to be quarantined for 10 days, and that's the length of our trip. Can you believe that?
I kind of.
And I said,
So
why don't we
you
just- I
can
said,
go
why don't
out.
we-
You can go out, but she can't.
She can't. And I told her, I go, and you're telling me, and you're saying that you're worried about, just the airlines just want to take our money. They don't educate us enough. I said, but yet you're the one that says that we have to use a preferred partner. I said, that sounds like somebody's getting their pocket lined. I said, a COVID test in the United States, a negative COVID test is a negative COVID test. I said, so I don't know what you think.
Well, they're
negative
part of the
COVID
United
test.
States. I mean,
Exactly. It's a government issued COVID test that has the rules, but the state of Hawaii, mind you people, the state of Hawaii has a preferred list that you have to use in order to come into Hawaii.
so okay, you guys coming in. I see that there's a couple of viewers coming on right now. Listen, Brown just took a flight out to Hawaii. He's got personal business. His parents have passed away. Just touching base up. Brown obviously is out of California in another state, which is Hawaii, which they pretty much govern the way they want to govern it, because he legally got his COVID test before he left to Hawaii. And his daughter got her test too, but they're not honoring her test, but his test they honor. So now she's got to quarantine for another 10 days, and they're there for 10 days visiting. So it's I don't get it.
It's ridiculous. It's
So
ridiculous.
what, they put freaking CIA agents outside in front of your front
No,
house?
but check this
What?
out. So that's what so check this out. So now that had transpired and been done, I was a little upset. I said, well, how about it? I go, don't you have a facility here? Can't we just take a test here? I go, wouldn't you want your test done in Hawaii today, and you can give me an answer tomorrow, so my daughter could be free about to move around wherever she needs to. I go, that's better than taking a test in Cali. I'm taking a test in your neck of the woods. And you know what she said?
Oh hell
Nope.
no!
Exactly. She said, nope. She said she could take it in 10 days. She could take it in 10 days. I said, sunshine, in 10 days, I'm back in Cali. And she says, well, I don't know what to tell you.
And
She
this
has to
is
be
this
quarantined.
TSA over at the airport?
This is the state. When you come off the airplane, they request you have to go through a certain area where you have to fill out proper documentations to come into the state of California, Hawaii. So it's ridiculous.
Wow, you guys watching and tuning in right now. I mean, hit the comment or hit the chat box.
Yeah.
Tell me what you guys think about this crap, man. I mean,
A little bummed out.
I would be bummed out too. I mean,
Hey, so check this out. They know exactly where we are, and they pinpoint you. So this morning, I get a text from the state of Hawaii saying you have to do a daily check-in on where my daughter is.
What the fuck?
Yeah, they ping your phone. Oh yeah, they'll ping your phone.
she doesn't have a phone. You have the phone.
Yeah, I know that.
But so you're at Walmart and they're pinging you. My daughter's at the house.
Yeah, well, that's
I mean-
a chance you take. Well, they don't know. And keep in mind, are they governing this? Are they policing this?
I don't
Really?
know. Well, we got Gaio up in the chat box. He's saying that COVID is being overhyped. I think at this point. Well, Gaio, I don't know if it's being overhyped because I know, dude, LA's getting ready to have a marathon right now. And we're in the middle of freaking. I mean, we're beyond the middle of a pandemic. I mean,
Right.
how are you going to do a marathon when this is COVID season? You know what I mean? Like the government really cares? No, they don't. Doesn't seem like it to me. Not out here.
Yeah.
Not
No,
out
it's
here.
interesting. I'm like I said, I've been perturbed. That's why I'm not in my upbeat tempo usually, because I'm pretty fired up. I'm pretty fired up about this because
I
I,
don't blame
think
you,
it's
bro.
ridiculous.
I
I think it's
don't blame you.
ridiculous. So what that did is it ruined our trip. We were going to go to the island, the big island of Hawaii, to go see the volcano and swim in some manta rays, and now I can't take my daughter there. So it's a tough deal, man. It's a little tough pill to swallow.
Yeah, but
You know?
Brown, how would they know? Is what I'm saying. Even though they ping your phone.
Well, they'll know with the airlines, because I'm probably blacklisted on the airlines, because they take your returning flight and they take all your flight information. You have to give them all your information.
I get that, but Brown,
Yeah.
What the fuck?
you guys, how are they tracking you? They're pinging your phone, but my point is, they obviously have to have somebody watching you.
Yeah.
But
And they
imagine
don't have
all the people that
manpower.
come there. How are they going to
know.
watch everybody?
No, they don't have the manpower.
They don't have the manpower.
You know.
So you
one-
could just easily say if they text you and
Yeah.
or call you on your phone and ask where's your daughter at. Well, my daughter's back at home at my sister's
Quarantine.
house while
Yeah.
I'm out running errands. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? But how they know? How are they going to know that she's there? Who cares? They
Yeah.
don't have the manpower to go out there and check.
No, but to go through all that, it's a pretty bummed out situation. Am I letting it ruin our vacation? I'm not. Am I following the proper protocol? Yeah, we'll quarantine her.
But
Right.
Gaio says, have you been to the amusement parks? Wasn't there massive COVID cases? I'm not saying it ain't real, but I don't think it's as bad as the politicians want you to believe it.
No. And that's one of the big things here in Hawaii. You know, they want to bring back the tourism. And I'm thinking, oh, these guys are idiots. The governor of Hawaii is an idiot. I'm just going to say it.
Such an idiot.
You know, you would think that if an individual, in my mind, it's just bureaucracy at its finest. My daughter goes in and gets a COVID test, and they say it's not acceptable because it's not part of our partners.
Well,
Really?
well,
It's a COVID test.
it's a COVID test, and it should be documented. It should be in their system. It
It's
goes
in
through
the
one
system.
system.
Yep.
Because I just did my booster shot 2 days ago.
Oh, yeah.
Okay,
Oh, yeah.
let me let you guys know. I just did my booster shot 2 days ago, and the lady who did my booster shot says to me, I didn't have my card with me. Unfortunately, it was at home. I didn't know I had to bring it, but she said, no, typed out my name, my full name, and it popped up on the screen, and it had the date that I did both vaccines. And then she said, oh, you're good to go. Just go ahead and get the booster, and it'll be updated in the system in about 72 hours. No, 42 hours. And I said,
Yeah.
oh, okay, cool. So I didn't have to worry about it. But then I have to show proof of that to my job, and so I go online and I can't find it anywhere. I couldn't. It doesn't say anything like that. It just said
Yeah.
my
Oh,
last.
it's in the system. Well, the main problem is my daughter's too young to get a COVID vaccine. Now they can do a COVID vaccine, but we're already in Hawaii. She's a kid. Even in the state of Hawaii, they don't allow it. A kid that age to get vaccinated. All they require is a COVID test of a negative COVID, and we gave them one. And then they said, nope, you're not. It's not a part of our approved partner, so we don't accept it.
So why don't you take her somewhere there right now, or while you're there,
Take her where?
to get a COVID test? Would they honor it?
No, they won't honor it. It doesn't make a difference.
Why? A COVID test is a COVID test.
They said it takes. You can't do it for another 10 days. I said,
Oh,
so what if she's? What if she? Trust me. I asked. I talked to everything. I said, what if she has COVID now? She goes, that's why you got to wait 10 days. I go, do you really think that I'm going to stay home? I just traveled across the ocean. Do you really think we're going to stay home? I go, how stupid do you guys think we people are? Do you really think that whoever you tell, oh, no, you can't go anywhere, you got to quarantine for 10 days, and then after that you can take a test and you can move free about the country or the state?
Uh-oh, retard alert.
Exactly. You would think if you were trying to generate money for your state, they would have a clinic right around the corner. Take the test, $65, and you're good to go. They're stupid. Idiots. Idiot alert. Hit the idiot alert.
Uh-oh, retard alert.
Exactly.
I don't get it. Like, but I guess they don't want people roaming around in their island. They want them quarantined 10 days to roam around on their island.
But doesn't it make sense to say, you know what? This is invalid. Right around the corner, you can take our test and get it done. It's $65, and you'll be done with it.
Yeah.
And in the state, and in the state of Hawaii, if you want a test, they give it to you for free. They give you a COVID test for free per household.
So why don't they do that?
Retard alert.
Uh-oh, retard alert.
Oh my God, dude.
So it is what it is. I'm just a little bummed out. It is what it is. So we are going to stay in house for 10 days.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I'm with you on that. I'm with you on that. For sure.
It's ridiculous.
So, I'm sorry you have to go through that shit, man. I mean, that's why I don't travel that much, man. I especially right now, nowadays, it's just really, if I was to fly out to New York, you know what I mean? It's like, I'm going to have to get a COVID test, a proof of COVID test, and see if they...
It wasn't an issue for me because I have my card. I'm COVID, I'm vaccinated, I'm good. The issue was with
she's a
me.
young minor, you know.
Right. How stupid is that? Fucking retard.
God. Man, the fucking
idiots.
COVID test is around the corner. I'll just go take her there, come back, and tomorrow, I'll come back tomorrow when the results come through, and we'll clear. You know?
Yeah.
But, hey, Brown, I'm going to tell you this, man, but you didn't hear it from me. But I'm going to tell you right now, man. If it was me, hey, my daughter's at the house, but I'll take my daughter wherever I have to go, man. That's it. I mean, what are they going to... I mean, so they said they're going to arrest you and you're going to go to jail if they find out, right? Is that what they said? That's the consequences?
Yeah.
That's the consequences?
That's what she said. And then I was being a smart ass at first. Like, so you got COVID police running around the state?
They don't have the fucking manpower to do that. For all those people that are flying in and out of that state, they got no manpower for that. Come on.
Exactly. So guess what? I'm staying home for 10 days. So,
I got you.
But I can't fly to Kona. Kona's out. So that's another little bummer. Kona's completely out. So we can't fly to another island because she's supposed to be quarantined. And they have all the documentations. And like I said, I was surprised this morning when I woke up. On my phone, it said it's time to check in. So I just checked in where we're at. So they ping your phone. But like you said, I can go anywhere. That's not stopping. It's not stopping me. But a little disheartening.
So,
other than that, I'm having a fantastic time. My family's here. My daughter's here. My grandkids. My sister and my nieces and nephews are beautiful. We had a fantastic dinner last night. Just freaking real.
You guys are 3 hours behind Dallas Pacific time.
Exactly.
It's
3
early
hours
afternoon
behind.
over there, man.
Oh yeah. Right now it's it's gonna be 1:30 or 1:45.
Yeah.
So 3 hours.
Man.
No.
Hey, so how far is Pearl Harbor over there? Where you at?
Probably 15-20 minutes. We're Mililani. We're halfway up the mountain, right? So Waikiki's at the bottom, and then you come around to Honolulu. And then you start to climb the mountain and go up, and then Mililani's in the middle, and then you go back over to the North Shore side by Turtle Bay. But weather's amazing, no AC out here. You just enjoy yourself. Great food. My brother-in-law and my sister and all my nieces and nephews, fantastic cooks. Actually, you know what? I did a video. I wonder if I could show it of our food last night.
Tell me, you guys at home or you want to comment on this a little later, man, would you, if you were in that predicament, put it down. What do you guys think about this? Because I think it's a bunch of BS, personally. You can go around the corner, you get a free test, and then, boom, you're on your way the next day. You know what I mean? So you guys tune in a little later, hit the comment box, or if you're tuning in live, there's a live chat box there. Go ahead and hit us up on the chat box. Gaio, thanks for stopping by and chatting away with us, bro. Appreciate it, man.
Yeah, and a lesson learned. Let me be the guinea pig for anybody traveling to Hawaii. Please check the local state website to find out what is needed to travel into Hawaii, because they have a preferred partner list. I don't want anybody to go through what I went through, because I'm pretty loud and vocal. I'm a pretty good sized guy, and I was lighting up. I told you guys very politely how I was talking to him. You know what I mean? Because, you know, with this thing's being the way it is, it was a little disheartening and a little bummed. You know, and then I have my daughter standing right here saying, and the lady's telling her, you can't go anywhere. You have to stay in the house for 10 days. You know, I was like, man, give me a manager here. I was pissed. People were looking at me like I was like, and the manager came over and she was, I thought about it after, and I said, you know what? I better be careful, because I don't want them to. Because I told him, I go, what are you going to do if I go anywhere? I go, you ain't going to do shit. I said, you think you're going to stop me from going? I was saying that. You think you're going to stop me from going somewhere? Get the fuck out of here. You don't even have a police force, and you're going to have a COVID police? I said, what are you going to do, arrest my daughter? She says, no, we'll arrest you. And,
So when you get off the plane, you're coming off the plane in Hawaii,
Right.
you're going through a check again?
Another check.
Okay, so
You
come
have
through
to have your
another check
QR. You have to have the state. You have to register with the state
of Hawaii.
Flight numbers, who's with you, date, birth dates, you name it. They want all that pertinent information. You know, and it's crazy. They have it all. They have all your shit. It's from through the state, and it's mandatory on the plane that you have to fill the form out and turn it in before you can get off the plane.
So while you're on flight, they're having you fill this out. What
Yes.
the hell's that? What if it's too late
Yeah.
like this? You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, and that's
why
what I
don't you
told
do
them.
it? Why don't they do that before you even fly out there, man?
Why doesn't the airlines tell you you have to use these companies only?
Right.
And they don't tell you. And then that's when the lady had made that stupid comment. Well, then, she goes, yeah, they just want to take your money. They're just taking advantage of you. They don't even tell you to go to the state website. I go, well, that's funny. It sounds like it's the opposite, because you're telling me that I have to use your preferred. So it sounds like your pockets are getting lined.
Yeah. It sounds.
You know?
Oh yeah.
And, but you know what, Flip? Enough of that baloney.
So you guys, just tuned in, or you tuned in a little later. Brown's got a new issue. We're talking about it on and off today. At this moment, he's pretty upset. He's steamed up. So you guys drop a comment, or if you hit the like or hit the chat box and let us know what you guys think about the whole issue about the COVID issue, traveling from state to state of Hawaii, and then. I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know. They're giving him a hard time. His daughter is a minor, of course.
10 years old. That's the only thing that makes me mad. She's 10. She's 10 years old, and she has to hear these people telling her, you got to be quarantined. You cannot go out of the house. Can you imagine that? Telling a 10-year-old kid that? Ready to go to Hawaii, ready to go to Kona Island. We're ready to go do all this stuff. And they tell her, you cannot leave the house. Right. They told her, you cannot leave the house for 10 days. How would you feel if you were a 10-year-old kid and someone told you that? That's why I'm a little dauber. My dauber is a little down. I'm a little flat today. My bad. But come Tuesday, I'm going to be a little darker. I might be a little fatter because I'm going to eat.